Hey, I wasn't planning to start like this, but the very first time I actually worked with the MINISFORUM X1-255, I just sat back and realized my whole idea of what a mini PC could feel like had quietly shifted. This is for the kind of person who's tired of compromises, the one who's felt storage slowdowns, noticed lag when switching tasks, or dealt with heat noise that never seems to quit. You don't just want a tiny PC that exists, you want one that genuinely performs. Before we go further, take a sec to check the current price and stock. Machines this balanced don't linger at stable pricing forever. You knew it was time to upgrade when your old setup could technically handle work, but never with confidence. Apps opened, sure. But they didn't arrive. Multitasking felt like a negotiation. You didn't dislike your old machine, you just outgrew it one frustrating delay at a time. The relief hits as soon as you start using this mini PC. Powerful doesn't just mean bigger numbers, it feels instant. Switch between apps and nothing hesitates. Open large files and everything settles fast. That Ryzen 7 255 doesn't just run, it keeps things poised and responsive. Once you live in that space, anything slower feels like watching through a veil instead of being inside your work. Picture this, you're plugging in multiple displays, HDMI here, DisplayPort there, and all 4 video outputs just work together without fuss. You're editing photos while streaming music and still have headroom for a video call. Even the ports don't feel like an afterthought. USB 4, 2.5 G LAN, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, everything fits where you actually need it. That's not specs on paper, that's presence you experience before you analyze it. And if you're wondering whether smaller really means underpowered, let that doubt go. This micro PC isn't shrinking performance, it's delivering it with surprising dignity. It doesn't shout numbers, it keeps up with whatever you throw at it. That's the difference between working just fine and working without restrictions. Here's something you don't expect at first: every connection feels intentional. Oculink isn't just there for show, it's flexibility you appreciate once you realize you need it. The machine doesn't become noise or heat, you barely notice it's there, except that everything you ask it to do gets done quickly. Owning something like this changes how you approach your space. You don't accept slow responses anymore, you expect fluidity. You don't switch apps cautiously, you cascade through work without hesitation. There's a quiet pride that comes from knowing your system doesn't just run, it performs the way you always hoped a compact PC could. Responsive performance that feels instant, multitasking that never hesitates, ports that just work where you need them, compact size that doesn't sacrifice power, a build that feels capable and ready, not the cheapest entry option. Smaller form factor needs mindful setup. At some point you stop comparing lesser rigs and choose what genuinely resonates with how you work and play. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you think about later and wish you hadn't made sooner. Check the price now, trust that instinct that brought you here, and step into performance that finally feels right.